3-3, you've thrown away the lead 3 times, but a 3-3 draw against a side at the top, you maybe would take a point from this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think before the game, yeah, possibly. I mean, and we have been on a run of defeats and we've stopped that. So, you know, on the positive side, yes, we've got a point, you know, and we haven't been beaten today. But, you know, I'm not feeling too sort of positive at the moment because we've been in the lead 3 times today. And obviously, we haven't managed to hold on to the lead on any of those occasions. And, yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the goals today, I mean, it's 2 own goals and a sort of free kick. But having said that, East Thurrock did put us under a lot of pressure second half. We've just got to keep sort of working and keep sort of analysing why we don't seem to be as good in second halves of the game as we do in the first. You know, it seems to be happening quite a lot. It seems to be a bit of a pattern, and I think again we start the game quite positively, and I think first half again, you know, we played well. Perhaps we could have maybe sort of been a bit more ruthless at times and perhaps tried to put the game to bed a bit earlier. We've had plenty of chances first half, but you know, I couldn't criticise the performance again. And then second half, it wasn't a good performance. I'm not happy with the second half performance. We made poor decisions on the ball. Sometimes what you have to do is you have to sort of keep the opposition honest by flipping a few balls down the sides of them, by trying to turn them round a little bit and just relieve a bit of pressure from yourself, because what that does, it stretches their midfield a little bit. We get them out of their slots and then we can maybe have a bit more space to play again. But at times we're a bit guilty of trying to do the same thing over and over again and thread balls and trying to keep playing, when sometimes, you know, I didn't think they were the most mobile at the back, and Patson sort of got in a few times first half, and second half we seemed a bit reluctant just to sort of play a good quality pass down the sides of them, and you know, but so our decision making at times goes completely awry, and we've got to look at that. And as I say, we haven't managed to put a 90-minute performance together again today. I'm not expecting us to dominate the game for the whole 90 minutes. You've got to sort of expect the opposition to have their spell. You know, and East Thurrock are unbeaten for a reason. They're second in the table for a reason. So they're obviously a good side, and they've got some good players. But again, we've been in winning positions and we haven't managed to sort of win the game, which is happening too often. So, you know, as a staff, we've got to analyse that, and we've got to sort of look at perhaps why that's happening. And we've got to try and do better. I mean, we've got another home game Tuesday against Western. They look like they're on a bit of a roll at the moment. They had a great win against Wheelstone last week, and they've got a good point at Chelms for today. So they're obviously, you know, doing things right. So it's going to be a tough one on Tuesday, but we are at home, midweek game. You know, we've got to sort of look to see if we can take the point from today and then try and turn that into 3 points on Tuesday. That's going to be the aim, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's again a frustrating experience for us today. The fact that we have been in the lead, we've scored 3 goals at home. Usually that should be enough to get you to win, but it hasn't been the case again. So we've got to look at it really. But you know, on the positive, like you say, we picked up a point against the second in the table. On a negative, we've conceded 3 goals at home, and we haven't managed to hold on to a lead, you know, that we had 3 times we were up in the game. But lots of good play. Can't seem to sort of put the 90-minute performance together that we would like at the moment, but we've got to keep working towards that. And Lee Henderson's back on Tuesday, so that's another sort of senior player back, and hopefully Justin Bennett's improving all of the time as well, so he's another experienced player that shouldn't be too far away. So I think once we get everybody fit, once we get our sort of strongest available squad, I do think we'll be okay. But as I say, it's our second half wasn't good enough again, and it's cost us the 3 points.
Just a few positives. You mentioned the first half performance, good performance. I thought Oxlade-Chamberlain set up the goal, looks like a good acquisition. You mentioned you're pleased to get him. They're the sort of positives you want to try and build on.
Yeah, I mean, Christian, you know, he's come in. He obviously didn't know any of the boys. He's only had 1 training session, so we threw him straight in the team. He's certainly got potential. I think everyone can see that. You know, good pace, good power on the. You know, so some of his runs were absolutely excellent today, particularly first half. He's probably a little bit guilty, like the rest of the team, of not producing the same sort of types of levels of performance in the second half of games as the first. But he's only a young player, you know, and we've got to keep working with him and keep trying to help sort of Portsmouth develop him. But yeah, he can, you know, he's got a lot of positives there. Yeah, again, it's. I know it's difficult. You know, the game hasn't long finished, and you sometimes you need a little bit of time to analyse it and just calm down a bit. But yeah, I mean, when you're in the lead, you know, 3 times, as I keep saying, you know, it feels more like a defeat. Really, it's not as if we come back and got a really good draw there. You know, sometimes when you're losing and you get a draw late in the game, it feels a bit like a win and you're a bit more happy. But yeah, I think maybe that's one that got away again today, and we've definitely got to have a look at why we can't seem to be producing good performance levels in the second half as we are in the first.
And you've got Weston-super-Mare coming up next. They're struggling as well at the moment, so it's a game that again you would like to think that you can produce the goods, get Lee Henderson back into the side, strengthen that back four. You've got a chance there of trying to pick up these points.
Well, we think so. I mean, I think the league's going to be very open. I think anyone can beat anyone, to be honest, in this division. You know, I mean, you know, so you say Western are struggling, but they've actually picked up a little bit over sort of recent games. And you know, I've seen the Weston-super-Mare play this season at Hungerford, and they do try and play football. They're quite a good football inside, so we expect them to sort of try and pass the ball. So I expect another open game. But at the moment, you know, I would quite gladly take a scrappy 1-0 win, to be quite honest with you. But you know, that's not our strength as a team. You know, we have got a lot of flair players. We've got a lot of attacking, technical players. So we're always going to score goals, and we are scoring goals. But our problem at the moment is trying to keeping them out at the other end. And again, you know, we perhaps invited too much pressure on ourselves, allowed too many balls to come in our box. I don't want to sort of you know, criticise the officials at all, and I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses, but I thought we had a bit of a case for a sort of sending off. I mean, their number 3 there just seemed to turn around and throw an arm at Freddie, and you know, I've certainly seen them given us a red card, but you know, we didn't get that decision, and I don't want players sent off. You know, it's not, you know, it's I just felt that I have seen them given us a red card, and then Sod's Law, he sort of puts in a great ball in the number 3, you know, because perhaps he shouldn't have been on the pitch, but I don't know. We'll have a look at that again, and we'll just keep working and keep trying to work on the positive things and our strengths. It's important we do that, but you know, there's no question we need to sort of work harder as a team to keep the ball out of our own net.
Good stuff. Good luck on Tuesday.
Thank you.